Hey, what's up you guys? Alex here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to get into why I think that the Cincinnati Bengals can and most likely will come away with an upset tomorrow in Baltimore. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, let's hop right into it. We've got the 5-1 Baltimore Ravens hosting the 4-2 Cincinnati Bengals. They hold a 6.5-point favorite at home, and I'm going to tell you why I think that the Bengals are not only going to cover, but come away with the upset over Baltimore. I'm going to start out with saying Joe Burrow. Plain and simple. He is a difference maker. I know they had Joe Burrow last year in at least one Baltimore game, but things were different. That team is not the same team that the Cincinnati Bengals have this year. They had a horrible run defense, a horrible defense in general. They had no offensive line, and a lot of guys that they did have weren't healthy the whole season, and so they didn't really have that much chance to be a good team. And now, this year, we have a healthy Joe Burrow. We have a very good defense. It's in the top 10. And we've got playmakers in Jamar Chase that we went and drafted, along with the other guys we already had, T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. I think, starting with Joe Burrow, this man is going to do great things in this game. He's thrown for multiple touchdowns in every single game this year. I don't think that's going to change because they're playing Baltimore. They did it in Pittsburgh. He's going to do it again in Baltimore. That's just what he does. He's getting better every single day. Also, I think he's going to have Joe Mixon to help him out. Joe Mixon was hurt in the Pittsburgh game, but he showed up big when his quarterback needed him to. Despite the injury he was battling, he still got in there and still helped him out. So we're going to have a run game. It might not be 150, 200 yards, Derrick Henry numbers, but we're going to have a run game, which is going to help us slow things down. And then we've got, like I said, our playmakers in T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase. Most likely, Marlon Humphrey is going to be paired with Jamar Chase. So if there's any one-on-one action, man-to-man, we're probably going to see a couple deep balls from Joe. But if it's double covered, that's going to leave plenty of room for our other big playmakers to step up and, have good games. I think Tyler Boyd's going to have a fantastic game since he's kind of just been here lately. I think this is going to be the game that he has his breakout game of the year. Also, not only is that, I think our offensive line will hold up a lot better than it did last year. It's already proven to. I know Joe Burrow's taken a couple hits this year, but not nearly as many as he did last year. So the offensive line's going to hold up. And another thing about Joe Burrow is probably one of the best quarterbacks against the blitz, and this Baltimore defense love to blitz. So I think we're going to see a lot of that unless, Joe Burrow burns them too bad and they decide to switch it up. But I think that Baltimore is going to stay true to who they are because that is how their coach runs that team. And so we're going to see a lot of blitzing in this game, and that is when Joe Burrow's at his best. So that is one big reason I think he's going to have a lot of success. He has a lot of success against anybody else that's throwing a bunch of guys at him. So I don't think Baltimore being Baltimore is going to be the difference in that. Now, on our defensive side, I think our defense is going to step up in a huge way. Like I said, our run defense is tremendously better. So starting with just that, a run-heavy team, I get that Lamar can throw the ball now. But to slow down that run and make him have to throw, I think I have a lot of faith in our secondary to minimize that, to make Lamar have to throw to the sides or throw the deep ball instead of throw into the middle. And then we've got guys like Trey Hendrickson, DJ Reader, Larry Ogunjobi, and Sam Hubbard on that line. I think they're going to get pressure on Lamar. I'm just hoping that they don't get too far out of position to let Lamar out on the side. But I think these guys know exactly what they need to do. They know how this team plays. They know how this offense is ran. I think they're coming prepared for this game. I think this is going to be a game they do come away with the win because they were prepared. Also, another name I didn't mention, Logan Wilson. I think he's most likely gonna get another pick if the situation's right, obviously. And I think he's gonna get up in Lamar's face quite a bit in this game. So I think he is going to be a difference maker who steps up for that defense. He's already had a great year. And Trey Hendrickson, like I said, those guys, they're gonna be in his face. They're gonna be on his tail. I think they are gonna have great games. They know what they need to do, and they're gonna make it happen. I know a lot of people out there saying, well, Baltimore exposed the Chargers. They made Justin Herbert look bad. Okay, well, Justin Herbert just had a bad day. I don't know what to tell you about that. Yeah, they did a great job playing against that Chargers team. I think this is going to be different because if you take a week before that, they struggled against the Detroit Lions. Cincinnati blew out the Detroit Lions. So I feel like there's no real comparison there in saying that no one can tell me that Justin Herbert is bad and that Chargers team is bad. I think the Baltimore just showed up, had a good game, and that's exactly what I think Cincinnati's going to do here. They had a great game against Detroit. They had a pretty great game, honestly, against Green Bay. They've had a really great season so far, and they're just getting better every time. I think after a huge win over the Chargers that Baltimore had, I don't think they're going to be as prepared for this Bengals team that they probably think they're just going to come in and run all over. And I think the cards are stacked in Cincinnati's favor. I think the only thing is that they're in Baltimore, which could be a difference maker, but Cincinnati is learning how to play on the road finally. You know, Zach Taylor is able to coach them better on the road. They're able to get wins on the road. Like, they're growing as a team every single day. Therefore, I 100% have faith in this upset. This is the game of the week, and I firmly believe I think it will be one of the best games that we've seen this year and could end up being one of the best games of the year. I'm predicting this to be the upset that puts Cincinnati in first place, reclaim the North, and, be up there in the top teams in the AFC. I think that this is going to be a huge win that's going to plunge them forward, put the Bengals at 5-2. The Bengals are going to the playoffs. They're going to beat the Ravens, and they're going to have a solid chance to take the division with this win. Now, if they lose, I still feel the same way, but it's just going to be a little bit harder. I think this is going to be a huge team win. I don't think anybody's stopping them if they win tomorrow. I think it's going to be a great game, so I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to talk to all you guys about it later this week. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop a WHO DEY in the comment for all my Bengals fans, and I will see you guys on the next one.